Q Anthony Antoine here, and today this might get me in a little hot water, but we're gonna be talking about religion. Is it important? Good question. Of course, religion is important, but of course, religion is bad too. But of course, it's good. It's everything. The thing about religion is, which religion trumps the other religion, or the other religions, I should say? That's a good question. Well, the truth is, all religions hold a whole lot of truth behind it. A whole lot of truth behind it. Now, which religion is 100% true? None of them. Not one religion is true. Not one religion is 100% true, I should say. I don't care who you are, your debate, or anything. If God wasn't down here himself, if he didn't write it with his own hands, and you didn't see him do it, or someone alive today didn't see him do it, then that religion is not 100%. I'm sorry. That's the truth. That is the truth. But it goes a lot further than that. The fact is, I can tell you something. I can repeat something to you. I can say, I feel like I'm a great person. I feel like I'm the best. But then you can repeat it, and you still won't receive it the same way when you repeat it to someone else. They won't receive it the same way I told it to you. Even if you see the footage, it still won't be received the same way as if I said that to you directly, to another person. Even if there's footage of me saying it to that person. See? So if you can't receive a message exactly the same way as it was intended at the moment it was intended, which means there was different feelings at that particular moment in time, then how could you receive God's message 100% the same way? You absolutely cannot. But don't take this as I'm saying religion's bad. No. I say this to say, don't be fooled. Religion is a way of guiding your soul, guiding your spirit to be the best you. But you must understand that religion also can curse you too. Religion can curse you. Now, I used to be Christian. I still try to act Christian, in the sense I try to follow Christian teachings to an extent or another. I'll always try to be a good person. I feel like I'm a nicer person and more respectful person than most of the world, but that's probably not even saying anything. So I'll say 95% of people. And I would definitely believe that. I would definitely say that. I would say most people can't say that. And by 95, I mean the entire world. And probably more than that, to be honest. But, and again, that's not hard to do when you realize just how selfish people are in the world, and how greedy, and how hateful, hurtful, lustful, vengeful, murderous, have a sense of duty, all this stuff. When you take all this stuff into account, it's really not that hard. And I feel people who have the biggest advantage of being in this percentage, and not, just a number I'm throwing out there to some extent or another, but I feel like people who are awake are the most aware, the most likely to be in this case. Because just because you're a spiritual person as far as religion goes, that doesn't make you awake. You can very much be asleep. Most people who are in these religions are actually asleep. And, I've never thought of it before, but I'm thinking about it right now. Most people are actually asleep. I mean, you're blindly following. I mean, I was a Christian, and I went to Sunday school. I worship God, of course. I still believe in God, and Jesus and everything. And I can't 100% say that Jesus was real, but I can 100% say that the message is still received one way or another. You see. And the issue that we have with people just believing that their religion is the best religion is you lock yourself into a state where that means other people believe things are automatically wrong. So their religion is wrong, So therefore, you're condemning them to hell. They're condemning you to hell or whatever they believe is the worst thing because you don't believe in what they believe. Therefore, it gets to the point where you feel like exercising that, and justifying that. And that's where religion falls. So every good thing that's ever created, in turn, after mass adoption, goes downhill. Always. Make bottled water for cheap. To make it easy to get purified water to people easily. And then you start taxing. Water's free on the planet. But that's probably the best example I can think of. You make it easy for people to donate to charities in Africa, or donate shoes, buy a pair, give a pair for free. Scandal after scandal after scandal. After time, you make enough money, or you start making money, you realize how much they don't pay attention to you, how much you can get over on people, and over and over and over. Everything is riddled in deception and deceit after mass adoption, to some extent, or not. But the issue that we have nowadays is a lot of this is driven by religion. And a lot of people also say that America wasn't founded on religion, wasn't founded on Christianity. However, everyone takes an oath in the courtroom, when they're sworn in, just always taking oaths, which is, on the Bible, which is Christianity. So if it's not, then what agenda are we truly pushing? But anyway, bypass that. When it comes to me, my younger self, being a Christian, I always had the biggest question. The biggest question that was always in the back of my mind was, so if you have never had the chance to be shown the way of Christ, the way of the Bible, are you telling me that you're condemned to hell? Are you telling me that they're condemned to hell? Are you telling me my God condemns them to hell? And it was this that I could never truly grasp, because I just couldn't. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if God makes everything and everyone in the universe and everything, why are these people going to hell for something that they weren't aware of? Furthermore, if you are brought up into another religion, my God is saying, well, too bad, you should have been a Christian. So it's like, yes, no, this doesn't make sense to me. I can't sit. This doesn't sit well with me. So, as time went on, I went to church less and less. That's because, churches are pretty corrupt. You got white churches corrupt, black churches corrupt. You got pastors saying things like, I remember when the pastor of the church had been going for like 8 years, refused to let my little brother into school there, the private school there, because my brother did get into some trouble. I don't know if he really got into fights, but this is when he was probably in 6th grade. And this is before violence is like it is today. He was a troublemaker. He wasn't bad. He wasn't violent. I don't even think he got into fights, but nonetheless, you're telling me you're not gonna let him in because he's a troublemaker. The place that you come to get saved isn't trying to save this child. But this is my mom talking at this point. And it just makes you, it's so disheartening, and it kind of makes you see like this is all a facade. Like, it was started with great intentions, like everything started with great intentions, and then it just molds and changes, and as time goes on, layers pack onto pack onto pack onto pack onto, then you can't really distinguish what it used to be. Things get rewritten to the point that translation isn't the same thing. If I go on Google Documents, I'm sorry, if I go on Google Translate and I translate a whole page of one language to English, I'm gonna get the gist of it. Even if one word is changed, you got a whole different thing there. Especially when it comes to God. So as time went on, when I got older, I was in the last couple of years, something happened. Like I don't know what happened. I can't remember the moment. I can remember. Remember, I was just in my room. I was listening to music, and I hadn't stood up in a while. Light was on. I stood up real quickly, and then the blood started rushing to my head. You know, it got lightheaded real quick. And then for that split second, it's like I could kind of feel. I felt different. I kind of felt like it was just a weird sensation of feeling one with everything. You know, weirdest thing. But it was also because the music I was listening to, like it was synchronicity in it. It was pretty much playing the same things I had heard before in the song, but it was saying it at the right time versus, you know, it was saying it at the right time in the sense of what was going on in my life and what I was already kind of thinking, you know. So for that to happen at the same time is like, you always question things, and the more you question things, the more questions you'll have. The more you go along with it, the more clearer things will seem to be. More clearer things will become. We're all spiritual beings, so realize you're connected with everything. Realize that religion isn't the answer, but it's just spirit. If you're looking for God, you know where God is. You know why you can't find God? And that's because God is everywhere. God is everything. God is everyone. If we are made from God, if we are part of God, if we are the sons and daughters of God, then we are part of God. And if we are part of God, that means we can do miracles. We can make miracles happen. I don't understand how you can't see that. And if you don't believe in God being alive, if you believe in the universe, it's one and the same. It's one and the same. It's the exact same thing. Because we exist through DNA. We are part of the universe. We came up from nothing, to some extent go further back to the Big Bang. We were part of the Big Bang. In order to get here, we had to be part of it. That means we were part of creation. Realize that. So we are always able to tap into so much based off our spirituality. Not religion. Religion is important for guiding you how to be a better person. But if you aren't seeing the connection, then you're becoming lost. If you don't wake up, you can't see what you're supposed to see. I'm not saying that you can't be awake and be a Christian, a Buddhist, Muslim, um, Catholic. Okay, hold on. There's many of them. All right. Right now, I wasn't planning on naming them, but the point is, what I'm trying to make is really the connection is us. God is all the good things that humanity does, and the devil is all the bad things humanity does. When we pray for something and we get an answer, thank you, God, that comes through another person. Whether they know it or not, they could be trying to be bad, but you get the blessings nonetheless. That's how yin and yang works. Opposites attract. Checks and balances. It's everything, man. It's all the same thing. Religion. It's only important to those who are really willing to understand it, willing to take the time. Because it'll put you in line, because the spiritual person who's awake is only as powerful as their mind, as their attention, as their focus. And if you're not focused, then that religion might be the answer for you. But don't ever believe one religion is better than another. Don't ever believe, oh no, Jesus is the only answer. I'm sorry. Jesus said all things are possible through the Father. Remember that. Remember that. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Oh, no. It's your boy Q Anthony Anthony. And I'm out. 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 Anyway, please leave a comment down below.